Elizabeth lived in constant fear. One day her bag was snatched from her in the street, and it affected her so much that she withdrew into herself. In every shadow, in every passerby, she dreaded a potential thief, another violent criminal. Talking to psychologists had no effect on her mind. Going out into the world became a daily challenge for her, and Elizabeth decided to get herself a dog to protect her from the evil world. The dog the woman bought was vicious and aggressive, but with Elizabeth, a true friendship grew. Early one morning, before work, when Elizabeth was walking the dog, a cat jumped out of the bushes. Although trained, the dog gave in to its animal instincts and chased the cat away. Elizabeth tried to catch the dog, but to no avail. The woman panicked when the dog was nowhere to be seen. She had developed such a special bond with the animal that she took the dog's sudden disappearance as a tragedy. Elizabeth knew what she had to do. She took the day off from work and spent half of the day posting missing dog notices on trees, poles, anything to catch the eye of people. Later that evening, she received a call that a similar animal had wandered into one of the pavilions of a traveling contemporary art exhibition. Elizabeth took down the location and wasted no time rushing there. What she saw shocked her. Her dog had become unrecognizable. Clearly frightened and exhausted, the dog showed signs of suffering trauma. "What have you done to her?" yelled Elizabeth. "I'm calling animal welfare right now, and you will be prosecuted for abusing her." The administrator of the exhibition asked Elizabeth to calm down, trying to assure the worried woman that nobody had touched her dog. Rather, the dog was found in one of the exhibition halls in its current condition. "That's not true," disagreed Elizabeth. "Just yesterday he was a strong and vicious dog. He could knock anyone to the ground, and now he can barely drag his paws. Find me the rascal who did this to him." The administrator led Elizabeth to a room with security cameras, for that would prove whether something befell the dog while there. And what they saw further shocked Elizabeth. Her dog ran into the pavilion, where all the walls and ceilings were covered with mirrors. This room, according to the artist's concept, was to demonstrate the versatility of personality through reflections. In the video, Elizabeth's dog ran out of the center of the room and stopped. She grinned and opened her mouth, and all around her there were lots of dogs with their mouths open. Elizabeth's dog began to lunge at the walls, biting at her likenesses in the mirrors. From one image to another, the dog pounced and snarled, left and right, forward and back, turning there and there, from one wall to another. The dog became mad, drooling from the mouth, as visions of insane dogs circled around her. Elizabeth couldn't bear to look at what the video was showing. She covered her face with her hands in horror. The timer on the recording showed that this went on for several hours, and at the end, the exhausted dog just collapsed on the floor and closed her eyes. Elizabeth felt sorry for the dog, but even sorrier for herself. After all, she had lived the last few years the way her dog had spent the last few hours. She was embittered at everyone, seeing only negativity around her. It had taken its toll on her and weighed her down. If she would just smile and respond to the world with kindness once more, she would see the thousands of smiles around and the endless possibilities of friends. The world is a mirror. It gives us what we send it with 1,000-fold magnification. Change your attitude towards the world, and it will change its attitude towards you. Give goodness, and the world will respond with goodness.